this is more.
This is more is too much. The other didn't do too much, they left some space for takes. If you're doing a poster for an event and you have to take pictures for that poster, you need to take that into account and you need to leave space for your takes. Space for. So you're not going to take a picture with someone's whole face in the image and then you're going to put text on top of their face. It won't make sense. So you need to think ahead when you're designing something. Or if you can think ahead. But if it's a thing that's on the go, menus, informational layouts, structure and flow, organize content in logical order to guide. So you know those posters where they put something on the left and the right and the that is okay in certain instances if the information doesn't follow the order. But if you want them to see something first, because you read from top down, left, right. And so you're not going to put the first thing on the right and the bottom. It doesn't make sense. And so logical flow. So with the menu, it's the starter, main, and dessert. Not the dessert here, the starter here. Doesn't make sense. For certain things that don't have a logical order, that's fine. So if it's just pieces of information that's important to the viewer, basically grouping and proximity, visual group related items together, visually group related items together. So obviously you're not going to put a piece of information that relates to something here over there. It needs to be next to each other. Because if I read this and then I jump in something else, and it's not going to make sense. So it's all about, it needs to make sense to you. If it makes sense to you and you think it will make sense to your viewer, it's 100%. Because if you don't think the viewer will understand it, remember, it's just, you also need to make sure they understand it. That's the underlying important part, that if they don't understand your poster, they want to wait. Then it's just a piece of paper with writing on it. Consistency, maintain uniform font sizes, icon styles, and spacing. This is very important. Because so when you have, so remember I said choose 3 fonts, but you also have to choose 3 sizes. So you have your heading, your subheading, and your text, your writing. So you can't have 3 different. So you're writing that within your writing you have 3 different font sizes. Within your heading you have 4. Consistency must be consistent. After this we're going to make a post. We'll see what we can make. White space, allow breathing room between elements for clarity. If you put things too close to each other, they might clash and then it's going to look too messy. Presentations, slides, slide hierarchy. One main idea versus narrative headers and subpoints. So that makes sense to me. I like to explain.
Is it like
visual aids, you need things to support your text because people are visual learners or understand things visually. Some people don't like to read. So if I see a diagram that explains it, and then some people will click with that, they will understand that. Some people don't like to dig into text and read. That's also why when you're presenting something, you don't read on the slide, you summarize what's on the slide. The person can read. You're not going to read forward. Have you guys done before entrepreneurship yet?
the pitching?
Yeah. See, with that, when you guys are up there, and you're on your phone reading the slide, you wrote the slide, so you should know what's on the slide, right?
Yeah.
So it's good. I'm going to give you guys a TV to display your things, but you're not going to read off the slide. They didn't read off the slide. You're supposed to just explain what's on the slide. And then you have visual diagrams to further drive your point. Minimal text slides should aid the presenter, not replace them. The word to its essentials. Yeah. So that's self-explanatory. Font size, ensure readability, headings. So these are 30 pixels. So this is size 30 font, size 20, size 20 font. So this also depends on your space, how much elements you have to put into the page. Because if you have a lot of text and you're using size 20, then it's gonna fill the page up and it's gonna be disorganized. That's why you should also try to summarize some of this stuff. Flyers, brochures, and handouts. Sections and flow. Each panel should have clear purpose and message. Simplicity and focus. Prioritize clarity. So all of these are just talking about the same thing. That it's like all of this is just different layouts. So you have flyers and brochures and blah blah blah. Imagery. Use relevant visuals that add clarity or mood. So they add clarity, they support it, they give you an understanding of what's on your brochure. So if you're gonna have something about cars, you're not gonna put a forest there for no reason. That's what it is. Call to action. This is also very important whenever you're doing an event, whenever you want someone. So call to action is you tell the person this. So you do your poster and then you say book now. That's your call to action. So you're telling them book now, because what's after that? You're just giving them all that information what must they do with it. A call to action is telling them do this. So whenever you make a poster, have a call to action. That's the most important thing. Because you're just making a poster to the fun, people to your space. So you can have RGB, register now, call. That's a call to action. Social media graphics, format awareness, design for specific platforms, for Instagram. Text to image balance, pair strong visuals with brief, punchy text, avoid overcrowding. So when it comes to social media graphics, so this would be posters for social media, or remember you guys have captions. So you don't have to put all the information into the graphics. You can put it into caption. So also with Instagram, there's that the algorithm. The longer the person stays on your video, the more popular your video becomes and the more people view it. So when you put things in the caption for people to read and when most people read it, they're staying on your video longer, the video is playing in the background. So that's a strategy. So then the algorithm will favor your video when they push it on. So that's why people say, look at something in the caption. Yeah. And also interactions with your video. So you say, comment this in the comment section, I'll send you this. So you're keeping the person, branding, maintain consistent logo, colors, and fonts across all graphics. Imagine I posted something for the school, let's say the school is having a dinner, and then I have the school red logo there, everything is green. Doesn't make sense. So if it's something related to the brand, we need to maintain the brand's image. Because if you're telling people, oh, the colors are green, okay, the colors are blue, I thought it was red, no. See, maintain your image. So as a person, you don't have a brand unless you are the brand, then you don't have to necessarily follow the school. Consistency, use templates to keep a recognizable style, visual style. Okay, this was what I was gonna cover with. The second is shift portfolio design. So this is what you hand out, give to people to tell them what you do as a chef and who you are. So if it's designed poorly, the chances that if there's one that's designed poorly and something that's designed well, the chances that you will be chosen for the job are low. So you want to make sure that you impress the person from the first impression, which is you giving them your portfolio or your CV or whatever. So biography and philosophy, share your culinary journey and approach to food. You don't have to share your whole life journey. They don't need to know what happened since birth. They just need to know this was my culinary. I went to culinary school, I did this, that. These are my my philosophy, this is how I think. I want that. Me personally, I want the whole food. I'll show you a few of the second year's ones from last semester. Food photography showcase high quality images of your signature dishes. Taking pictures are very easy nowadays on your phone, and it's just about lighting. You guys will learn this next year. If you need my assistance or taking photos of your plates, just come and ask. I'll take a photo of your plate. Recipe card, display technique, creativity through selected recipes. So you're not going to show them your worst recipe. That doesn't make sense. You'll show them your best stuff. Right? So you're not going to show them that thing that you did in the buffet. You just took a picture of your buffet and you're going to send it to them. It doesn't make sense. You're going to send them like, oh, this is this that I made at the buffet. Like, show the technique, show your skill. Everyone can put things into a buffet, but can they make the specific things in that buffet? Okay. Testimonials include feedback from clients or professional reviews. This will just drive you as a person forward to think, oh, people like this person. This person is, yeah. So obviously, not going to be negative. People who hate your areas, you're not going to ask them to give you a review. That's what it means. Universal design tips, observation, shared drafts or critique, then refine, emotion, choose color shapes, and they are intentionally to evoke mood, legibility, prioritize clarity over decorative fonts. The second is shared paper post that they made, and their text with all the information was doing funny things there, and I was very distracted. They are editing all on shift table, but when you get here, it's very distracting. So choose clarity over decorative design. That's your first. They need to be able to read it. If they can't read it, what's the point? Alignment, use grid systems to align content, decay, contrast. Yeah. So that's the slides. Let's start making. I want to make a photo for the first year's IT. Do you guys have any ideas? Any other ideas for posting? No. That's the whole thing. Any ideas? Anyone for poster? No. Maybe. No, I'm asking about an idea for a separate poster. Any poster. Something appropriate. Specifically, I'm looking for something appropriate.
Is it like now? What is the theme?
Oh, the thing is enchanted world.
No, you can
So
take
go
one more.
photos.
I can see it's enchanted world.
I haven't seen it.
Enchanted photos.
But it's enchanted. Are you changing their theme?
Oh, play.
Play. What's the play of?
An enchanted forest.